about this next performer is that he's not singing.
The bad news is you've seen it 4 other times tonight. This is comedian Sato's 4th year in the talent show, and he is going for the record number of appearances.
If you're not sick of him already, please join me in welcoming to the stage for his comedy debut, the very funny Sato.
Hello, everybody. Hi. You guys like that song? Yeah. People always ask me if I'm a fan of Rihanna's Umbrella, and I'll usually say, yeah, I was gonna start out with my worst joke first, and hopefully we can go from there, but you guys seem to like that one, so that's good. I'm a pretty awkward guy. Sometimes in a conversation I'll say the wrong thing, and not be able to recover from it at all. Once I was at Jewel picking up a corsage for the gala, and I was making some small talk with the cashier. Not to brag, but it's going pretty well. And as it was wrapping up, I was expecting her to say like, have a good day. So I was getting some words ready in my head. And then, as I'm going to leave, she says, have fun at the gala. And I was like, you too. And then out loud, I was like, oh. And walked out. One time, a friend's mom told me Merry Christmas, and I said, thanks. And then I left. I also never know how to end a conversation. I usually just go with, all right, bye. And then I'll leave. I'm on my phone a lot. I like using Twitter, Snapchat, Schoology. But my favorite app I have on my phone is definitely Yelp. Any Yelpers out there? Awesome. I love Yelp. If you don't know what Yelp is, I'm sorry, your life could be a lot better. But it's basically this app where you can pretend to be like a restaurant critic. I always check Yelp before I go out to eat with my family, and then we'll be there and they'll be all like surprised that it's good. Like, oh wow, this is really good. Like, yeah, you think 129 reviews and a 4.5-star rating are gonna lie? No way. Ever been to a restaurant with no reviews? That's risky. I feel like Christopher Columbus setting sail to see if the earth is flat. You don't know. The thing I hate most about Yelp is that people sometimes write reviews with things that are not really relevant at all to information you need to know about the restaurant. They'd write something like, we went to this restaurant after a long day of pants shopping with my son. And we had to go to 3 different stores to find the right size. And then, excuse me, my credit card gets declined. Then I bend over to tie my shoe and a guy spills his smoothie all over me. In the parking lot, I get hit by a Buick. Then we go to the restaurant. Good food, good atmosphere, but I had a terrible day overall. 1 star. Get some water. Sometimes people like to write reviews on Yelp for things that are not restaurants, other businesses. Now I'm going to read for you guys a real review I found on Yelp for Grace Lake Community High School District 127. I did not make this up, this is real. Here we go. Yo, I'm just making this because I'm super mad I got a C on a test. Like, I studied and it didn't help because, like, the stuff that was in the study guide wasn't on the test. Like, what the heck? 1 star. Ever gotten so mad, you just go home and go on your computer and open up Yelp and just type angry reviews? 20 minutes. Let me see what my next bit is. I'm in so many acts I can't remember anything. Alright, we're back in. I think Yelp is the most helpful thing when going to restaurants. My biggest pet peeve at a restaurant is when they have a glass ketchup bottle. I hate a glass ketchup bottle. Hate it! We all know that plastic squeeze bottles exist. Why do I have to feel like a caveman using that kind of technology? Heinz first introduced the plastic squeeze bottle in 1890. And then in 1983, they introduced, the glass bottle in 1890, and the plastic squeeze bottle in 1983. That's 93 years of people doing this. I want to see how long I can do that for. That's a long time. Good job, everyone. Now I know I'm a big fan of the plastic bottle, but I'm sure one guy at Heinz is really trying to sell it to the rest of the team in like a big sales pitch. They'll say something like, yeah, so with the plastic bottles, you know how you can get the ketchup out really fast? Yeah, we get rid of that. And you know how everyone loves to hit their hand against a rock-hard glass surface? You get to do that for a little bit. Plus, drop ketchup on the ground, ketchup and glass everywhere. When you're picking up the pieces, can't tell if you're bleeding or not. Now I know what you guys are probably thinking. Ketchup and Yelp? Finally, this is the material I've been waiting for the entire show. I'm here to give it to you. Now I was going to try some crowd work, but PSP thought that might be too risky, so they decided to put a plant in the audience. So, we're going to go talk to someone. You guys look nervous. Here it is.
Oh my God.
That's all for that bit. Again. Let's give a big hand for the spotlight guys out there. They're doing a nice job tonight. Really good. Good. Excellent work, guys. I've noticed that lately, NASA's been making a lot more sweatshirts than spaceships. Anyone wearing a bobby pin out there? Oh, awesome. A lot of people don't know this, but Bobby Pin's real name is actually Robert Pin. That one's hit or miss. I'm glad that one worked. Now to end up my section of the show, I'm going to tell you about where I worked over the summer. I worked at a place called Culver's. You guys like Culver's? Yeah, I'm white, so like the spiciest food I've ever eaten are the buffalo chicken tenders from Culver's. When I first started working at Culver's, I was training with this woman named Jacqueline. She spelled her name Y-A-K-E-L-E-N, Jacqueline. Now, that wasn't really supposed to be a joke, I just thought you all should know. I thought it was weird. More water. So on my first day, Jacqueline thought she'd get to know me by asking me 3 pretty normal, standard questions. Number 1, what is your name? Good one. Number 2, is this your first job? Number 3, do you believe in ghosts? A little later she said to me, you afraid of sharks? Not right now. Then a little later, she's like, don't get pregnant when you're young. It'll ruin your... A lot of people I know are getting pregnant lately. Don't get pregnant when you're young. It'll ruin your life. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to be all right. I'm all set in that department. That was a long laugh. That was good. That was it. Then a little later, she said to me, you seem kind of quiet. Do you have friends, or are you just antisocial? I don't really have a punchline for that one, honestly. Then, my last day of working at Culver's of the summer, I was kind of upset, and scheduling me for long shifts. Always having to say, my pleasure. Yakking asking me questions. People calling it ice cream instead of frozen custard. And I was kind of upset, so I decided to quit. And as I was leaving, let's get higher. Oh, it's backwards. Oh. There we go. As I was leaving, Yakin says to me, "Bye, Ty. Have a good senior year." And I was like, "You too." And I was so mad. I was so upset at myself. I drove home in a fit of rage. And I opened my computer and started typing angry Yelp reviews for so long. That's all for me. Thank you. You guys have been great.